Fan Shan had just finished settling things in Shihu when the emperor called Fan Shan back to the capital to be a matchmaker. The emperor assigned him the task of taking a concubine for the first prince. The reason why the emperor ordered the first prince to take a concubine was actually very simple. It was because the emperor was preparing for the plan to invade Beishi. The emperor planned to use the first prince as the vanguard to invade Beishi. And the first prince's current concubine was the princess of Beishi. If the first prince led his army to invade Beishi, then his current concubine would definitely be difficult to keep. So the emperor had planned to prepare in advance and help the first prince choose another concubine. Fan Shan seemed to have seen through the emperor's intentions. Ever since the first prince married the princess of Beishi, the two of them had gradually gotten along well and had a very good relationship. When he received the emperor's order for the first prince to take a concubine, the first prince had always been worried that Princess Beishi would not be happy. That was why he always tried to avoid this issue. When Fan Shan had just returned to the capital, the first prince sent a messenger to invite Fan Shan to the first prince's residence. The girl who was supposed to be the first prince's concubine was the daughter of the Grand Admiral Wang Zikun. Her name was Wang Tonger. A few days ago, at a banquet, the first prince had met Wang Tonger. The first prince had chosen to take a detour to avoid Wang Tonger. Wang Tonger was avoided by the first prince, which made her feel embarrassed. And then she ran to the first prince's residence and caused a ruckus. Fan Shan had no good impression of this girl upon seeing her. She was the daughter of the Grand Admiral without any education. However, Fan Shan felt that this girl's personality was really suitable to be the first prince's concubine. If the first prince continued to avoid taking a concubine, the emperor would definitely be angry. Perhaps he would take advantage of the situation and put all the blame on Princess Beishi. Then directly abolish the first prince's princess consort and immediately invade Beishi. After all, no one could stop the king emperor's determination to invade Beishi. Fan Shan had always opposed war, but he could not change the emperor's mind. So Fan Shan planned to follow the emperor's wishes. First, let the first prince take in a concubine. In that case, the plan to invade Beishi would take some time to implement. Perhaps there would be a turning point during that time. Fan Shan returned to the capital from Shihu and went straight to the first prince's mansion. At this time, Wang Tonger was outside causing trouble. The first prince did not open the door to avoid trouble. At that time, Fan Shan wanted to enter the mansion, so he had to help the first prince resolve this trouble. After dealing with Wang Tonger, Fan Shan went to see the first prince. As soon as they met, the first prince scolded Fan Shan. He did not have time to avoid Wang Tonger, but Fan Shan had just arrived and led her straight into the mansion. Fan Shan had just returned to the capital and had not had time to rest when he was dragged to the mansion by the first prince's men. He had good intentions to help the first prince, but he was still scolded without having time to do so. Fan Shan did not even bother to respect the first prince and blamed the first prince. After talking for a long time, Fan Shan discussed the main matter with the first prince. After the first prince listened to Fan Shan's analysis of the pros and cons of taking a concubine, in order to avoid implicating Princess Beishi and to avoid Emperor King immediately invading Beishi, the first prince had no better way. He had no choice but to agree to Fan Shan's plan. However, Wang Tonger was an overbearing and unruly girl, which still made the first prince apprehensive. Fan Shan knew about the first prince's feelings. In addition to being a matchmaker, he also took on the task of training concubines for the first prince. Fan Shan promised to discipline that Wang Tonger well, avoid letting her cause trouble that would damage the relationship between the first prince and Princess Beishi.